Hi, Mr. Max here with Sankofa Mathematics. I have got another test here on algebra for grade 10. It's like the beginning stages of algebra. So I also have a question set notation and Venn diagrams. This is also basically algebra. All right, so let's work out the memo. Okay. This year, 40 students have each traveled by one or more modes of transport: by plane, standing for the P, T is the train, B is the boat. 7 have traveled by plane, so that 7 comes over here because they only used the plane. They didn't go plane and boat and stuff like that. 11 by train only, so 11 comes in here. 9 by boat only. Okay, so where does it leave us? It leaves us following. We don't know what that value is. But we know that the number of people who went by train and by plane are 8. So this is going to be 8 minus x, because this whole thing in here should give you 8. And the number of people who went by boat and train was 3. So this is going to be 3 minus x. And the number of people who went by boat and by plane is 6. So this is going to be 6 minus x. So the idea is to calculate what that value, that region will be. So one way of doing it is by, we know that the universal set is 40. So that means 7 plus 11 plus 9, okay, plus, I'm going to add only the numbers, 8 plus 6 plus 3, okay, minus, now here you have to be very careful why I'm saying minus 2x, because you can see that these minus x and x will cancel, leaving me with 2 minus x here and minus x here. That's going to be 2 of them. All right, so you grab your calculator, you work out what all those numbers are going to give you. So 7 plus 11 plus 9 plus 8 plus 6 plus 3, that's 44. All right, so if that is 44, so the equation is 44 minus 2x is equal to 40. That's minus 2x is equal to 40. Take away 44. Then it's minus 2x is equal to minus 4. Then from here on it becomes easy that you realize that the value of x is negative 4 divided by negative 2. So the value of x is 2. So if that is the case, then the Venn diagram can be completed. Okay, so basically you have hope everything fits. So basically, if I were to fill in, that is 7, that is 11, that is 9. Here I'm going to have a 2. 6 minus 2, that is 4 over here, and 3 minus 2 and 1 over here. 8 minus 2, that will be 6. So that is how it will be completely. Complete the Venn diagram. So we did that. Find the number of P union B complement. So basically, everything in union B that is not in P and B, well, it's just 11. Okay, and again, do not put this in brackets because you are looking for the actual number of. You use set notation to complete the following statement. Well, if you have to look at the union of P union T union B, everything, the union of everything that is not in there. So everything not in there, obviously, if you look at everything not in there, it's the empty set. Okay, you can't say it's equal to 0. It's the empty set. That's what it is. Everything that's not in P, in T, or in B, it's nothing. It's the empty set. Okay, question 2. Well, this one is a bit of algebra simplifying, so you're going to have to multiply out by removing the brackets. So that is 6a plus 3. Obviously, very careful when you are multiplying out negatives because it does affect the signage. So that is going to be minus 12. and obviously this is going to be positive 6a. At the end of the day, you have 12a and minus 9 as an answer. This here means a plus b times a plus b. Please do it like that. And it's a square. I hope you still remember how we multiply binomials. All right. I choose to go the long way because, again, I'm not sure what is your level of understanding as far as these things are concerned. So a times a is a square. A times b is ab or ba. So just write them alphabetically. B times A again is AB alphabetically, and B times B is B squared. End of the day, you have A squared plus 2ABs plus B squared. Okay, this is the solution for that. Please make sure you, again, do not just go and say A squared plus B squared. Right, the next one, we're going to multiply the 3x with everything over there. So that is 6x squared. 3 times 5, 15xy. Once we are now done with that, we're going to take the second term, that is the minus 2a. We're going to multiply it again. So minus 2 times that is minus 4, and I'm writing it alphabetically, xy. And a negative times a positive is negative 10y squared. End of the day, I have got 6x squared. Then 15 minus 4 is 11xy minus 10y squared. Okay, just be very careful whenever you are dealing with such type of expansion. Okay, question 3 also involves expansion. So maybe I'm not going to use my arrows over this time. I'm going to use a different method. I'm going to say, okay, the 7n must multiply with everything in there, and the 5 should also multiply with everything over there. Ultimately, it's the same thing. Okay, so that is going to be 14n squared. That is going to be minus 7. Actually, this is the first one is 14n cubed. Right, so it's n times n squared, n cubed, and then that's 7 times that, it's minus 28n. Now we're going to go to the second one, so that is going to be that 5 multiplied, that's going to be 10n squared, and 5 times that is minus 5n, just running out of time, of space there, and 5 times that is minus 20. All right, let me just rewrite the terms. 14n cubed, then I have 10n squared minus 7n squared, then I have minus 28n minus 5n, and then I have minus 20 standalone there. At the end of the day, it's 14n cubed plus 3n squared minus 33n minus 20. All right, so this here is the answer to that. Okay, just remember that this is tagging along as we go. Right, part B, long division, or you can use synthetic division, it's totally up to you. I have made the option for synthetic division. So it's 2x cubed divided by x. So that's going to leave me with 2x squared. This again is the work that I'm doing on the side. So I'm going to have 2x squared multiply, that gives you 2x cubed. 2x squared times this minus 2 is minus 4x squared. I put brackets and then I'll subtract. Okay, this is going to give you 0. 6 minus negative 4, that gives you 10x squared. And I'm going to bring that minus 4x. Going to the side, 10x squared divided by x. Well, that is just going to be 10x. Okay, so that's going to be positive 10x. Multiply, that gives you 10x squared. 10x times negative 2, that's minus 20x. Again, subtract negative 4 plus 20, that is 16x. And then I'm going to bring down that positive 3. I'm going to have my 16x divided by x, okay, that x over there, well, it's just 16, so plus 16 over there, and then if you multiply back 16 times x, you got that answer of 16x, and if you multiply 16 times negative 2, well, that's negative 32, okay, and well, if I have to go and subtract, again, I'm going to get obviously 0 there and 35 as a remainder. So the remainder is 35, and obviously my quotient is going to be 2x squared plus 10x plus 16. That is the quotient, and that 35 is the remainder. Well, you can also use synthetic division. I have shown in many videos how you can do that, as long as you remember that synthetic division works best if you have x minus a number here for your divisor, if it's x minus some number, or if it's x plus some number. Then you are best off to do synthetic division. So what you do is you take the coefficients, like the coefficients of 2 of x cubed of x squared, and these coefficients with their sign, right? And if there's a term missing, because you can see these terms are now going nicely down in a descending order, x cubed, x squared, x to the power 1, x to the power 0. If one term was missing, you would then put a 0. When you do that, 2, 6, negative 4, and 3, we end right here. So we're going to write the 2, the coefficients that I've highlighted there, 6, negative 4. Then you have the 6, negative 4, and the last one there is 3. Okay, good. Then I've now also helped out by giving this value here, but this value is calculated from the x minus 2, the divisor that is there. Okay, the divisor that is there, you're going to let that equal to 0. Okay, and then you solve for x. Well, of course, x is going to be 2, and that is the 2 that I have there. So the arrow indicates you must bring down that first one there, and from here on you are going to multiply. So that 2 should now be multiplied. That gives you 4, and once you have the answers, now you add the columns. That is 10, and we're going to go ahead again and multiply 2 times 10. That is 20, and then we're going to add the columns again. You're going to get a 16, and then we're going to multiply again 2 times 16. That is 32, and then we're going to add again, we get 35. So it was a cubic function, so it's 2x squared because it was cubic before. So 2x squared plus 10x plus 16 with the remainder of 35. All right, so basically you are getting to the same solution like before. Okay, I also showed in other videos how you can use something called the remainder theorem in finding that 35, but that is the gist of the issue. Question 4 is also long division that you can use. Again, it's just an added question to see if you can do it. So I'm going to use synthetic division. You can go ahead and try to use long division. All right, so I'm going to say x minus 6, let it equal to 0, and that is x is equal to 6. Okay, so before I do that, I'm also going to try to find out what would be the remainder. Okay, I'm going to take this value that I've calculated of x, and I'm going to substitute it into the original function everywhere of an x, and that is going to give me the remainder. So I am going to do that now so that I can be safe, basically. So something that I borrowed from the AS, okay? So I'm going to have 12x squared plus 37 minus 14. So again, I'm going to substitute that 6 into that function, and we're going to see what is it that we're going to get. All right, so in any case, that is going to be In bracket, you have got 6 cubed. You have minus 12 6 squared. You have got plus 37 times 6 minus 14. Well, that gives you negative 8. So negative 8 is going to be my remainder. So you can go ahead and use long division, then you should get to that answer. But again, I said I'm going to use synthetic division because I can use synthetic division because the coefficient of x is just 1. So I'm going to have my 6, remember, okay, that I've calculated before. And I'm going to draw a line over there, and I'm just going to take the coefficients, which is 1 in this case for the cube, negative 12 for the square, 37 and negative 14. And I'm going to draw a block under that negative 14. That block is going to be my remainder will come in there, okay? Right, so the first thing that you're going to do is you are going to bring down this one over here, all right? And once you have done it, now we are going to multiply. All right, so 6 times 1 gives you 6. And remember what I said before, we are going to add the columns as we go along, okay? Right, so we're going to have that adding there. Obviously, it's going to give you negative 6. And obviously, if you multiply again, 6 times 6 is 36. Well, if you add that 36, well, you're going to get 73, if I am not mistaken. I just want to see if there is something. Well, that is 6 times 6. Well, it's supposed to be, see if I wrote x cubed minus 12 minus, here's the thing, 6 times negative 6, yes, that is negative 36. My goodness gracious, 6 times negative 6, negative 36, I was wondering. Okay, anyway, if you have adding here, you're going to get a positive 1. And then if you multiply again, that 6 times 1, let's make sure we get the correct sign. 6 times 1 is 6. And if you add this, surely you get negative 8, which is our remainder. Okay, so this was x cubed. So answer will now start at x squared. So basically, our solution is x, well, you can write 1 if you want to, 1x squared minus 6x plus 1 with a remainder of negative 8. Okay, you can do that if you have your long division. You will still arrive at the same answer. So I'm just going to rewrite it again. So I have got x squared minus 6x plus 1, and the remainder is negative 8. All right, I think I've done plenty plus of these. There are various methods you can use. Okay, let's do the last question. Now we are subtracting this whole expression from that expression. So this expression is written second. So I'm going to do it vertical. So 11x cubed plus 27x squared plus 15x plus 8. You were supposed to subtract, and I'm going to put that in brackets, very important. Okay, so I'm going to subtract the 15x squared, but you see I'm going to put 15x squared under the x squared, plus 5x over there, of course, plus 8. So this needs to be subtracted. Remember where my sign is. In fact, 11, there's nothing here. Okay, so can go ahead and you can say, okay, well, there's 0x cubed over there. All right, there's nothing in terms of that. So 11x cubed will still be there. And then you have 27 minus 15. Well, that is going to be positive 12x squared. And then 15x minus 5x is going to be 10x. And then 8 minus 8, obviously that's 0. At the end of the day, our answer is 11x cubed plus 12x squared plus 10x. Okay, so I was adding and subtracting it sort of vertically. You could have done it horizontally, but you should still arrive at the same answer. Okay, I hope it was helpful. Good luck with your studies.